Welcome back. It's Betsy Marshall. This is part 8 of Managing Challenging Behaviors. Thanks for sticking with me. Last time we talked about being in close proximity so we can supervise children and help and support them if they're having a difficult time playing by themselves or with each other. Now we're going to talk about how to set your children up for success, how to change behaviors in your house where you're finding that you're not having to intervene and help them so much, but that they are successfully playing or doing something appropriate. And we struggle with that. And I've thought a lot about this to think, well, no, why are my children doing so well at school? They go into preschool, they play with the toys appropriately at the table or on the carpet, and they're not doing things that are stressful or inappropriate. And I know that when we come home to my house and we've just run errands and we come in the door and I'm putting away groceries, I'll say to my 4 kids, go play. And they go play, but play might be playing something called hot lava, where they walk on the furniture and stay off the floor. Not okay. Or they're wrestling around. And instead of doing something appropriate, they find their own fun, which isn't appropriate. So we need to help our children. And it's very easy, but it's a big thing that we forget to do or don't bother doing. And that is to guide their play, to bring toys out from the closet or off the shelf, whether they are a bucket of Duplos or a box of crayons and some paper, and say, here, we're doing this now, and setting it at the table or on the carpet and saying it's time to play with this. We want to provide the materials for our children that are appropriate for them to play with. If you say go play, sometimes they can't figure out what to do. There's too many choices, or they don't see the forest through the trees, so to speak. There's so many toys to choose from, they are overwhelmed by that. So we want to make sure that we're providing these opportunities for the kids, pulling those toys down, the Matchbox cars, the Barbie dolls, putting them on the floor and saying, here, play this now. That's okay to simplify that and give them, this is what we're doing now. Or give them 2 choices. You can play with Duplos on the floor, or you can color at the table while mommy is putting away the groceries. Now, if you have a very stubborn guy or girl, I don't want to do that, I want to do this, I want to go watch TV or play on the computer or whatever, again, you can sit at the table and color, or you can play on the floor with the Duplos. Those are your choices. And if they push back, you may pick one of those choices, or mommy will pick it for you. Now we are putting a consequence on that. I've given you 2 choices. You may pick, and if that's too difficult, I will make that choice for you. And that might be enough for them to pick one. Or if they still push back, then nothing is a choice too. You can lay on the floor crying, and that's fine while mommy puts groceries away. But doing the other 3rd option, which was their option, is not necessarily an option. So you can just say no, this is what we're doing. So setting them up for success, helping them to make the choices that are appropriate. Sometimes we give our children too many choices, and they're only small children. They're 4, they're 5, even a little older, and they can't make an appropriate choice. So it's okay for us to do that and help them with that. Then we want to make sure, and this is really important, that if they're playing with the Duplos, for instance, and they're building, and you might have to help with that. You may have to sit down for a few minutes and start that building. Oh, look, we can make a castle. We can make a train. We can make a corral for the animals. Sometimes they look at the toys and they don't know what to do with them. So we can help to guide that. If you start to play with them and model appropriate play, they will come and do that. I frequently do that in a classroom. I will go into a classroom of children and I will get toys out and I will start to play or build or color. And without a doubt, children will come from all over the room to say, what's she doing? Look at how she's doing that, with great interest. I don't need to stay and necessarily play with them. I just need to start and model the play. So I'm not asking you to always play with your children. That's hard to do as mommies and daddies and caregivers because we're busy with other things. Sometimes you must do that. I really encourage you to play with your children. But sometimes we just need to model what is an appropriate way to play with a toy or do an activity. Now, when it starts to fall apart, the Duplos were initially a building, they were a train, they were wonderful, then they became guns or weapons, or they became shooting targets. Okay, this is important. A mistake that parents make is that we then punish a child for doing something like making them into guns or using them to throw across the room. Now you're in timeout. Now you're going to your room. No TV tonight. We punish for that behavior instead of simply recognizing that that play took a turn that we're not happy with, and now the technique is really simple and something we don't do enough of. It's called redirect. We want to redirect our children. Okay, we were playing with Legos. It was going well for about 6 or 7 minutes. If you're lucky, 45 minutes. Now it's not going in the right direction. Whoop, looks like you're done with these. Let's put these away for now, or put these aside for now, or simply come here. Let's do this now. Let's get the puzzles out and do puzzles at the table. Or come with mommy. You can play in the water in the sink while I'm putting away groceries. Water play is wonderful. So redirect, redirect, redirect. It's a very effective tool. I'm going to talk a little bit more about it because I don't want to gloss over it the next time we come back. But I'm going to remind you 2 things. Guide your children's play. Help them to make good choices. Get those toys right out. Put them right down. Start to play. And they will join in. And then you can leave them and then redirect them if you find that it's not going well anymore. Okay? And then we'll come back next time for more. Thank you.